Something about me is that I don't really hear the lyrics of songs. Whenever I hear a song, I hear the melody and I hear the melody really well, but I don't usually hear the words. And so when it comes time to think about the song or to sing the song, I always sing the wrong words. But some of the words that I come up with or that seem to stick in my head are really interesting. So I'm going to give you two examples. I really like the lyrics that my brain came up with, and they actually feel more meaningful to me than some of the original lyrics of the song. So the first song is called To Build a Home. And the way the song goes in my head is like this. There is a house made of cards on a hill. This is the place where I don't feel alone. There is a house on a hill made of cards. This is the place that I've been dreaming of. And so the lyrics in my head are, there is a house made of cards on a hill. This is the place where I don't feel alone. There is a house on a hill made of cards. This is the place that I've been dreaming of. In the original lyrics, there is no hill, there are no cards, and there's also no dreaming happening. And so I really like my lyrics because let's think about this. So when we think about a house made of cards, we know that cards are very flimsy and something that can be knocked down by any gust of wind. So if you're thinking about a house made of cards, it's kind of like somewhat unstable in stability. But then I'm saying like, this is the place where I don't feel alone. So it's almost like saying like, in this house that's flimsy and unstable, that's where I don't feel alone. In the instability, I don't feel alone. But it's like I'm more used to the instability, per se. And it's sort of like also this very dreamy sort of sequence at the end. And the lyrics mirror each other in the ones that I have come up with. Because the first line is, there is a house made of cards on a hill. And then the third line is, there is a house on a hill made of cards. And so the funny thing, I think, is that they don't mean the same thing. Because in the first line, we're saying that it's the house that's made of cards. And in the second line, we're saying it's the hill that's made of cards. So maybe the house is stable, but the hill might be flimsy and unstable. And I find all of that very interesting. There is also another version where it's a little bit closer to the original, where instead of the last line being, this is the place I've been dreaming of, the last line is, this is the place that I call my home. And that line just adds to the whole, oh, like, maybe you feel at home in instability or not. So I just find that interesting. The original lyrics talk about a house that I think that's made of stone, actually, and something about wooden floors. So, yeah. But I like mine. I feel like it has some imagery with some more meaning in it as well. And so, that's the first song. The second song, I don't actually remember the name of it. Maybe I'll find it and put it in the description. But anyway, bear with me. So, the lyrics in my head, they go like this. They say, all I am is a man in California with my name in the sand. I wonder when we take the stand to tear down the walls between us and them. And so, in the real song, the first few words are the same. There is the part where all I am is a man in California. But then in the real lyrics, it's not with my name in the sand, it's with my feet in the sand. And so and then the rest of my lyrics are just completely different, and I don't actually know the real lyrics of the song. So, yeah. But let's take a look at the ones that my brain thought of. So, all I am is a man in California with my name in the sand. And so, in this version, what I think about sometimes, so Hollywood is in California, right? Right? Maybe? I think. And when we think of Hollywood, sometimes we think of this walk of fame and of the stars on this walk of fame with famous people's like names in concrete on the stars, right? And I feel like the whole all I am is a man with my name in the sand is a contrast to like Hollywood with famous people's names on concrete. Because in the song you're saying like, oh, look, I'm not someone famous. I'm not well known by society, by the world. All I am is a man in California, but my name's in the sand. It's something that's going to wash away and very quickly without being known so much, seen so much by so many people. And so I really, really like that part. And then the second part is I wonder when we take the stand to tear down the walls between us and them. So the us and them can still be related to the same theme of us as like maybe some people who feel more average or don't want to be totally seen and heard and known by the world, by society, versus like the people who are so famous and so well known and seem so far away and extravagant and unreachable sometimes, or like we look at them as idols and maybe they're just normal people. Or hold on, once again, sorry, I take that back. I don't like the word normal so much because it doesn't really have much of a meaning. We don't know what normal is. So just people who feel like they're average and who aren't seen so much compared to the people who are super famous and are seen, a lot all the time. Maybe just to tear down the walls between us and them to not feel like there's such a big divide. Or you can put anything else that you want in the us and them, anything that seems like the them is separate from us, whoever you are, whatever. Yeah, there's lots of walls and separation that we think about, but in the end we're all human and we're all here. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. There is another version of the song where instead of name, I thought of the word head. So like, all I am is a man in California with my head in the sand. And so in that version, I feel like it gives me the image of an ostrich who's like hiding his head in the sand in the desert. And so in that image, it's like, oh, you're hiding. Like, and it's specifically your head, so like your thoughts, your ideas, your creativity. Maybe you're hiding because maybe you think it's too dangerous for your creativity or something to be shown and heard, or maybe some other interpretation of just you're hiding, you're just your head, but the rest of your body is quite clearly very much seen and there, and maybe you think that you're not seen and not heard, but really you are. Maybe you just don't notice it, but others do. So yeah, I just think it's really fun to think about different versions of lyrics, especially when my head thinks of them anyway. Like, I'm not purposely sitting down writing these new lyrics. I just don't hear the real ones whenever I hear a song. I have to like sit down and look at the transcript of the song, look at the lyrics, like study them to know what they really are. I don't know why that's the case, but it's interesting. So that's my thought of the day. Thanks for joining on my random thought of the day. Maybe if I remember some more songs that I do this with, I will share, because I do like sharing this, and if you don't want to watch, you don't want to watch, and if you do, you do. That's it. So, peace out. Bye.